shared parenting time. We have exhausted all resources, all avenues open to us. We have involved the Children's Aid Society. We have involved the Office of the Children's Lawyers. We had a court-appointed family counselor. Everyone in this situation, including all the government agencies, have failed to protect and defend our children. We have been requesting help for these children of ours for over 2.5 years and just keep getting a runaround and a runaround. The only thing we are guilty of is wanting more time with our children. We have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just defending ourselves in a court of law because of this family flawed law system that we have. It is not working. We, as fathers, stepmothers, new stepmothers, we are guilty until proven innocent. We have had to defend ourselves against false claims, false allegations, and we are not being heard. What we are saying is that it's time for the government to address these concerns, and we are certainly not alone. We have gone from having our children 35% of the time in our home to having them for 1.5 hours a week in a public place, simply because the agencies that are put in place to protect our children and defend our children by our government are failing to do their job. We have exhausted all resources, all avenues open to us, begging for help, begging for the government to step in and have a closer look at hostile aggressive parenting, parental alienation syndrome. People that don't believe that these are real concerns, it's because they haven't lived it. And we know far too well that they are real, that it is happening, and it is time that the government have a look at this. The family law system that we have in place today is not working, and we're not talking about just Canada. It is not working around the world. We have various agencies that are looking into changing, and Fathers for Justice Canada, we are fighting for truth, justice, and equality in family law.
All of these allegations and everything else have really had a negative impact on my life. I'm currently on antidepressants. I'm seeing a counselor. I have no drive. I don't want to do anything. This has just taken over my whole life. But I've decided, rather than laying down and licking my wounds, that I'm going to try and put my energy in a more positive perspective and try and help other fathers and stepmoms and children going through the same thing.
I am a wellness specialist. I've been involved in nutrition, fitness, and wellness 28 years of my adult life. And I have to say that I have never in my life come across anything that is so unwell as this family law system that we have in place. And sadly, not only does it affect us adults, you could imagine, as Ron just said, how it's affected him. I used to be a competitive runner. I can't run anymore thanks to stress-induced asthma. The weekend that we made the decision, after exhausting all resources and being told continuously we have to remove the children from the middle of this conflict because it's destroying them, because of the emotional turmoil that our children were in, we had to do something. We had to do something in order to protect their emotional well-being. And sadly, the only thing we could do in order to do that was to step away from them, which just went against absolutely every fiber of our being to do that. The day that we made that decision and sat our children down and explained to them the situation, that we would be stepping back and only seeing them for 1.5 hours a week, was the most difficult thing that we ever had to do. But in order to protect our children, it had to be done. We still see our children every week for 1.5 hours in a public place. we typically go bowling and have a bite to eat, and it is a fun time, and we just keep it very light, and we just constantly let them know that we love them. We will never give up fighting for them, and we will again have them in our home.
Okay. I just want to get a message to all the other fathers and stepmoms and so forth out there going through what we are going through. Don't give up. Try and put your energy to on a more positive avenue. Take a look at the Fathers for Justice website. It will give you a huge feeling of hope that, maybe soon the government will do something and quit treating you like a criminal, and hopefully you can get back what has been taken away from you by the government and their family law.
I would like to ask everyone that is watching this to please go to Fathers for Justice Canada website. Have a look and follow the links for Project Save Christmas. We are asking that everyone go to this link, and we are asking that every father, mother, child, write a letter to Santa, telling Santa that all we want for Christmas this year is equal parenting.
Fathers for Justice Canada feels that this issue is a civil rights issue, and as in every other civil rights movement in the past, we are built of superheroes. Not just everyday superheroes, but superheroes who are willing to put their life and their liberty on the line to bring to you the message that equal parenting must become law for the sake of our children. These are everyday mums and dads who are willing to take on fears of the impossible and fears of the unknown. Men and women who are willing to climb to great lengths to bring the message that equal parenting is absolutely necessary for the welfare of our children and for our society as a whole. These men and women are all of sound mind, they are all of sound body, but they are also made up of a fabric and a commitment that will see this issue through to a just and equal conclusion. Fathers for Justice is made up of men and women that will ensure that over the next years, every politician and every parent and every school and everybody involved in the raising of our children will understand the importance of having two parents involved. These parents are willing to go to great lengths to ensure that this will happen. Everyday mums and dads willing to put it all on the line, risk their life and their liberty to climb to great heights and raise awareness of this very important issue. The United Nations recognizes the importance of the rights of a child to have both parents. The Canadian government and the Canadian people should do no less. Fathers for Justice is a nonprofit organization that does not receive any outside funding. Many people wonder how they can help in this fight for equal parenting rights. Never underestimate what you, the average citizen, can contribute to this. We have a very extensive website that you can visit, and if there is anything that you feel that you can contribute, we would be happy to have you on board. Don't forget that you yourself have power at your fingertips. Write to your newspapers and your news organizations and ask them to cover this very important issue. Write to your member of parliament, both provincially and